Namaste. This is Rubén with a chair yoga session that hopefully can help us expand our perspective, give us more options for practice. It's a complete sequence for overall well-being. Remember, please, that there is no need for any strain, struggle, or self-judgment at all. Instead, savor your continuous and easeful breath and enjoy your practice. Start sitting in a chair comfortably. Take a few moments to honor yourself so that you can give yourself your complete and undivided attention. Start feeling the sensations in your body as best as you can. We're going to start sliding one foot a little bit forward. And then we'll lift the top of the foot and start exploring circles. And feel the connections between that movement and the rest of your body. Reverse the circles in the opposite direction. Noticing the sensations. Then pause, bring the foot back down to the floor and rest. Try the other side. Circling. It is not unusual for one side to feel different from the other. Pay attention and enjoy what is happening. Opposite direction. Feeling how things change. Pause. And bring the foot down. Now slide the first foot a little bit back towards you, heel up and circling. Notice the connections between the different parts of the body. Deliberate movement. Opposite direction. Feeling what you're doing. Making it as clear and easeful as it can be for you. Then pause. And try the second foot, heel coming up, back and up, and then circling. Notice all the different parts contributing to this action. Reverse the movement. Steady and easy breath. Clear attention to what you're doing. Return to started position. Now slide one hand a little forward, lift the fingers and start circling with that hand. Again, noticing how this action in the hand may be felt in other parts of your body. Opposite direction. As clearly as possible, feeling what you're doing. And then let's try the other hand. Sliding the other hand a little forward. Lift the fingers and start a circling action. Feeling what you're doing and notice what happens when you change direction. Now lift the heel of the first hand and circle. Notice how the sensations at the shoulder and elbow may be different. Reverse the movement. And then pause. And notice what happens when you do the other side. We're sending a subtle message to the body to let it know we intend to keep all our joints mobile. Reverse the direction. Feeling. No agitation anywhere. And then pause and just feel what is happening. Steady breath. And then bring one ear towards one shoulder, or shoulder towards the ear. Really easy movement. ear towards shoulder and returning a few times. Trying to make the movement as effortless as possible. And then be curious about what happens when you do the other side. Feeling. Trying to reduce the effort and inefficiencies in the movement. So making it easier, easy breath. Notice the effects. And then start circling one shoulder. Maybe exploring different size circles to activate different muscle fibers. And reversing the movement, noticing. What if we try each circle to be a little bit different from the previous one? And then relax. Try the other side. Same idea. As you circle the shoulder, notice the different options that you have. And then reverse. Explore different pathways of movement. Making sure that nothing creates pain or strain. Gentle smile on your face. And then pause. Now let's lift the arms in front. And then open the arms to the sides comfortably. And then bring the palms of the hands together in front of you with the arms straight. See if it works better to do this when the movement of the arms opening when you inhale or exhale. No unnecessary tension. You can also revert the way you're breathing to notice if that changes anything. If you are opening the arms on inhalation, what happens if you open the arms on exhalation? A curious exploration of what is possible. And then relax. Take the arms behind you. Hold on to the chair. And from there, start lengthening the front of the body. Trying to see if it is possible to lengthen the front of the body without tensing up the shoulders. Feeling and breathing. Maybe the feet are pressing firmly on the floor. Then rest your arms all down. Cross your arms behind you. And notice how that feels. What does this require of you? Observing the sensations. Taking long and easy breaths. And then relax. Rest hands on the front of the thighs. Start rounding the lower back, mid back, upper back, and then arching. When you arch, make sure that nothing feels pinched. A few times. Notice if the head wants to move as the neck is part of the spine. Observing. There is no need to feel like anything is crunching. Deliberate movement guided by your breath as best as you can make that happen. Moving from the navel, if that is possible. So the navel starts to move first, and it is a sequential movement of the spine. Slow and deliberate. And then return to neutral, feeling the effects. Now start hinging from the hip joints. So the spine is not articulating but moving in space. Notice how that feels. without overdoing, like you're trying to create gentle traction along the spine. Feeling and breathing. Notice if there is more room, and then return back up. And take the hands back behind you. Grab a hold of the chair. Slide the tailbone forward a little bit. So you lengthen the lower back a little bit, and from the navel, start lengthening the front of the torso. Lengthening eventually the front of the neck. Keep your breath steady and smooth. Nothing needs to be strained or forced. There is no need for struggle. And slowly return to neutral position. Palms of the hands resting on the thighs. Feeling the effects of the actions. Now, shorten one side of the torso. Lifting the sit bone and lowering the ear on that side. So notice one side of your torso shortens and the other lengthens. Can this movement start from the navel? Feeling. You're lifting the weight of that sit bone a little bit. And then try the other side. And notice if this is easier or different in any way on the other side. Smooth movement. Observing and breathing. Nothing needs to be forced. And then find neutral. From there, can the spine remain elongated as you move your whole torso over to one side? Does it make sense to keep even weight on both sitting bones as we do this? Easy breath, feeling the sensations. And then from your navel, start coming back to center. Try that again. Maybe sitting bones pressing down to the floor, to the chair, lengthening the spine, and then moving the spine as a unit to the other side. Feeling this. Still a soft smile on your face. Notice how this is different from the rounding action from before and different from the first side, perhaps. Returning to center and feeling the effects. Always feeling to notice the effects of what we're doing. See if that helps or not. Then, turning from the navel, start turning the torso over to one side, then the rib cage turns, then the shoulders turn, then the hands can help by coming to the one hand to the opposite thigh, the other hand behind. Stay with your breath. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Notice that your navel is trying to move to the side and back a little bit. And then from the navel, return to center. Feel the effects. And then start the other direction. Turning from your navel, then from your rib cage, then from the breastbone. Feeling what you are doing. Making this just perfect for you right now. It may be more or less than you were able to do before. Just feel and do the best that you can without self-judgment. And gradually from the navel, find your way to the starting position. Here, cross one leg so that the outer ankle comes to rest to the front edge of the other thigh. Mindful of what is happening at the knee that is lifted, and then start folding your torso forward. Notice how you are doing this and feel. It is important that there is no pain or discomfort inside the knees or inside the hip joints. Create a nice lengthening action. Return up And then release that leg. And then be curious to notice, how does it feel to try to do this on the other side? The outer ankle comes to the edge of the opposite thigh. Mindful not to create any discomfort at the knee. And then feeling, how does it feel to bring the torso forward without unnecessary tension in the shoulders, with a gentle smile on your face and soft gaze, observing the sensations. And when you are ready, come back up to vertical. Taking a moment to breathe and feel. Now, bring one thigh out to the side so that thighs, sit bone are on the chair, but then bring the other leg to straighten and go back. And maybe the sole of the foot comes all the way to the floor. Roll the arms away from you towards parallel with the floor, and then turn forearms and palms of the hands face down. See if it makes sense to have your arms in a line that is parallel to the floor, but notice that it is hard to notice, to see if that back arm is level with the front arm. Stay with your breath, then release. Slowly come out of the posture, feeling. Taking a moment to assess what happened, and then try the other side. So turn on the knee over to the side, bring the other leg back. Notice what is happening at your hip joints to make this possible. Rolling the arms to the sides, facing up, and then forearm and hand face down for each hand. Stay with your breath. Notice how this feels. No unnecessary effort. Notice how this compares to that same posture when you're standing. What is different? Breathing with ease, and then relaxing the arms, gradually flexing the knee and coming out of the posture. Always coming in and out of the postures with clarity. Now, bring your arms forward and up, and then forward and down. Feeling the sensations, feeling the connection upper arm and shoulder blade as you lift the arms up and bring them down. Keeping that connection. Feeling the shoulder blades moving along the rib cage, if that is possible. Observing. Notice if it makes sense to match your movements to your inhalations and exhalations. And then try opening the arms and lifting out to the sides and up. How is this different? Do the shoulder blades move here when the arms lift and lower? Observing the sensations, steady movement, friendly attitude. It may be possible that bringing the palms together may cause discomfort. So if that is happening, then don't do that. Keep the arms as open as they will go. And then rest. Feeling. Now, can you reach for the opposite fingers, hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, or upper arm with each hand? So the forearms are over your head. What action in the spine can help support this? Maybe with a feeling of elongation. Steady breath, soft smile. Release. Now, turn one thigh to one side, straighten the other leg to go back. So you're turning the torso over to the side where the knee is flexed, and then you bring the arms forward and up, combining some of the movements from before, and stay here. Feel your breath. So notice that the chair offers support that helps you clarify the actions in the different joints and different parts of the body without having to be overly concerned about balance, for instance. So notice if this can help you fine-tune these actions. Lower the hands down and then slowly come out of that posture. And try the other side. Observing and feeling, not in a hurry. How does the pelvis feel here? Can the lower back feel supported? When you lift the arms up, notice the sensations. Remember that your hands can be apart or moving towards one another. Feel the sensations here. Notice how this is different from when you try that posture without the support of the chair. Clarifying what the different parts are doing and very mindfully coming out of the posture, noticing the actions that will take you back to neutral. And let's try bringing one knee out to the side, resting that thigh on the chair. This time as you straighten the other leg back, the sole of the foot is on the floor. Bring the elbow to rest on the thigh and then flex the other elbow and lengthen that arm as you lengthen the rest of your body. Observe the sensations and notice if there is any unnecessary tension any place. Again, practicing on the chair may make it possible for us to come into an expression of the posture that is different from what we can do when we don't use the chair. Gradually, take a moment to come back out of the posture, feeling the effects. And then try the other side. Opening the other knee out to the side, the whole hip joint and thighs on the chair. Straighten the other leg back. And then lengthen the torso and bring the forearm on the side where the knee is flexed to the thigh. And then as you feel turning from the navel, lengthen the other arm along your cheekbone. Keep your gentle smile and this friendly attitude as you feel your body in this posture, remaining calm and collected, feeling what you're doing. Slowly find your way out of the posture, one step at a time, returning to neutral, savoring the effects. Steady breath. Come up to standing. Turn around. Bring your hands to the back of the chair and start walking back. Feeling. Elongating the torso while maintaining the connection between the shoulder blades and the upper arm bones. And from there, can I gently lengthen my whole spine? The knees are slightly flexed. Noticing. Even weight on both feet and both legs if that is possible. Lengthening the torso evenly on both sides. And then slowly, in control, find your way out of the posture by flexing the knees and coming up. Walk towards the chair, Shift your weight to one leg and flex the other knee and bring the other foot to the seat of your chair. Open the elbows out to the sides to 90 degrees. And then turning from your navel, turn towards that thigh where the knee is flexed. Turning the rib cage and the breastbone. Trying to keep your shoulders relaxed and your breath steady. Again, notice what working with the chair enables you to do to clarify different actions at different joints. From the navel, return to center. And then find your way to standing. Taking a breath. Shifting your weight to the other leg, bringing the sole of the other foot to the chair towards a 90-degree angle, if that works for you. Opening the elbows out to the sides, 90 degrees, and then from the navel, turn towards the thigh that is in front of you. Turning. Can the spine remain elongated as you try this? Easeful breath. Feeling differences between this side and the other side. Gradually return to center, moving from the navel. As you return to standing, feel the effects of what you just did. Turn around, come back to sitting again. Find your neutral position. Everything is steady and comfortable. Open the arms to the sides again and back. Cross the arms in front of your chest. Each hand reaches for the opposite shoulder blade. Notice how that feels for you. And then, optional, you could let the forearms lift up towards each other. You may even be able to bring the palms of the hands together. That may or may not work for everybody. Lower the elbows towards your breastbone, bringing the forearms away from your chest, and chin moves down towards the chest as the breastbone lifts up towards the chin. Then with the chin close to the chest, try to bring one ear towards one shoulder and then towards the other. Notice how this feels in your body. One side and the other, slowly feeling the sensations. Then find center, lift the elbows maybe to shoulder level. And slowly open your arms out to the sides and rest your hands on your thighs. Try opening the arms again, and then cross the arms in front of your chest with the other hand, the other arm under, each hand reaching for the opposite shoulder blade. Maybe the forearms float up, maybe the backs of the hands come together, or maybe the palms of the hands come together. Bring the elbows down towards the breastbone. Breastbone comes up, chin goes down. And try this idea of chin close to the chest as the one ear moves towards one shoulder and then going to center and to the other side. And notice if this feels in any way different from the way it felt on the other side. Attending to the sensations, making sure that nothing feels strained or forced. Then find center, bringing the breastbone up, spine tall, elbows to shoulder level. Then open the arms out to the sides. And return to neutral position. Take your hands back. Grab a hold of the seat. The hands behind the sit bones. Then start with long neck circling your head. Notice how this feels. Maybe each circle can be a little bit different from the previous one. Is that possible? Be curious about that. If you notice any popping or any grinding, explore a different pathway that may make the movement easier, and then try the other direction. Again, exploring different pathways of movement, trying to make sure that there is no place where we are forcing anything. Slow, deliberate actions until you return to center, resting the hands on the thighs. Again, noticing the effects of what you just did. From there, simple twisting action beginning from the navel, turning to one side, the rib cage follows, the collarbones follow, the arms help, but you're trying to make this process happen from the center of your body. Nothing needs to be forced. Creating length and aligning the spine as you come back to center. Taking a brief pause, and then from the navel turning towards the other side. Observing the sensations, staying with your breath, feeling what is happening. Trying to release any place where there seems to be too much effort. Steady breath, and then gradually from the navel return to center and rest your hands on your thighs. Closing your eyes, feeling the effects of this practice. Smooth, effortless breath. Bring the palms of the hands together. Thank yourself for dedicating this time to explore your connection with yourself. Namaste. I hope you found the practice enjoyable. If it helps you feel more at ease in body and mind, consider practicing as often as it is possible for you. Namaste.